Okay. Hello, everyone. This is the Mgtow Cowboy. I'm coming at you again. Tonight is a real good night. I just shared a live stream with like six, four, five. I can't remember. I think there might have been six dudes. Hamster just had a live stream that he was moderating, and there were like four other guys there, and then me. That's like six in total. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was a lot of fun, and it went for like 4 hours. I joined in the last hour. Anyway, I was inspired to make a video that I'm sharing with that I'm making right now, and I want to share with you guys. And I want to talk about the concept that Mgtow talk about a lot of things, but one of the most important things that I think Mgtow or red pill men should focus on ultimately or eventually is changing the laws. This whole video is dedicated to the idea that it's the laws that govern us. The laws are what's most important. We were talking about a lot of things. We were talking about war, peace. We were talking about the Bible. We were talking about redheads. At this point, I'd like to make a quick shout out, real quick. I'd like to make a real quick shout out to Hamster. Hamster, thank you for letting me on your live stream. It was a lot of fun. Um, Hamster is known for liking his redheads. You know, I like redheads too. I do, but I've always been partial to blondes myself. My mom was a blonde. I imagine a natural blonde, by the way. I imagine growing up, or being born and growing up. You're a little punk kid. You're looking up at your mom. If she's got bright blonde hair, and it imprints on you. I think and then you become attracted to blonde girls. It's like that song. Who was it? I don't know. Is it Blink 182? You guys know that song, the party song. I think it's called the party song. Do you want to come to a party? My friend picked me up in a truck at 11:30. People were, and then I saw her standing there with green eyes and long blonde hair. She wasn't wearing underwear. You know. Yeah, no, it's totally true. Especially when I was younger, man. Like hot young chicks, man, with like green eyes and long blonde hair. Anyway, I'm sorry. Getting back to what I was saying. Yeah. So I think that a lot of men that are MGTOW would actually go back to being with women if the laws were on their side. What do I mean by that? I think that if the laws were made fair to men, so that men were not automatically considered the guilty party whenever whatever a physical or even just verbal altercation occurs between a man and a woman, I think a lot of men would say, you know what, I'm willing to be with a woman, I'll shack up with a woman, I'll try it out. But that's not the case. The bias against men, it runs so deep within our society that it's now expressed, or it is now manifested in our legal system. Whenever a man and a woman enter a relationship, the second the woman can establish legally that they're in some sort of relationship, increasingly the woman has all kinds of rights that a man doesn't have. And I'm against that. I think that women know that the law is on their side, and I think that this emboldens them. So ultimately, again, I'm just making the case for Mgtow. Don't let a woman live with you. Don't let a woman move in. Don't let a woman start having mail sent to your house, your domicile, because then she can establish residency. Don't marry a woman. Don't let a woman live with you. It's so sad that this poisonous bitterness has arisen between men and women, but this isn't men's fault. This is women's fault. It's gotten to the point where you don't want to live with a woman, you don't want to marry a woman. If you want to mess around with them, I'm not like Hammerhand. I'm not like Vention. I'm not like some of these other guys. I still recommend that you fool around, especially if you're a young guy. If I'm 37. If you're under 35, you're gonna have these strong feelings. You're gonna have these strong, urges. I don't think there's anything wrong with acting on them as long as you're very, very careful. In a small town, it might be harder. In larger towns and cities, it's easy. There's so many girls. Just don't get married. Just don't get married. No marriage, no cohabitation, and that'll fix 90% of your problems right there. Yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. The laws are against us. I think ultimately our goal as Mgtow or as a community, right now, we're just an online community. I think eventually the goal should be to reverse or to repeal some of these laws. We need to recognize the fact that women can also be violent within relationships. This sounds like a challenge, and I think it is. I don't know how we can fix this or roll it back, but I think that should be our goal. That should be one of our goals. A stated goal is to get rid of things like. Well, it depends how far you want to go. VAWA, the Violence Against Women Act. There should just be a Violence Against People Act. So how come there's no Violence Against Men Act? There's a Violence Against Women Act, but no Violence Against Men Act. That sounds, to me, that right off the bat, that sounds one-sided. Within marriage, why do we have the Duluth model? The Duluth model of domestic violence says that the man is always legally considered the aggressor, and the woman is always legally considered the victim. That doesn't make any sense to me. Women act once you learn about, like, for example, the metrics. The metrics show that the violence comes from the women. The more women you add to a relationship, the more violence that occurs. There's three types of relationships you have. There's three types of romantic or sexual relationships that occur between human beings. Two gay men, number one. Number two, a man and a woman. And then number three, a woman and a woman. Two gay men, and then a heterosexual couple, and then a lesbian couple. As you add more women, you increase the occurrence of violence, and not just violence, the occurrence of extreme violence. Basically, gay couples or gay men experience the least amount of domestic violence. The second you add a woman, the amount of violence goes way up. The second you get rid of the man and you add nothing but women, or you have two women, the level of violence rises to its highest level. Basically, the more women in a relationship, the more violence. I'll say that again. The more women, the more violence. This should be recognized in law. And it used to be. It used to be recognized that women bring violence. It's like Tupac. Remember Tupac? Tupac the rapper? He said it best. What is it? Money bring women. Well, how does it go? Money bring women and women bring lies? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But the point is, the truth is that women bring violence in relationships, but we blame everything on men. Maybe it's time that we recognize that it's women that bring the violence. Maybe it's time that we recognize that it's women's fault, not men's fault. That's what I'm saying. And I think eventually that will happen. It's going to be a struggle because there are people who lie, who don't want that truth to get out there, but it is true. The more women you add to a relationship, the more violence that occurs, and the more extreme the violence, by the way. They start using weapons. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's a different topic for a different time. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. It all gets down. It all gets down to the laws. You remember, it's the laws that govern us. The reason why men are so scared to get into relationships with women is mostly because of the laws. Men are second-class citizens. Men currently are second-class citizens in this society. Women have more rights than men, and I'm against that. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say in this video. If you guys like the content, please like the video, please share, and please subscribe. All right, I'll leave it at that. You gentlemen have a good rest of your evening. And again, thank you, Hamster, for letting me on your live stream. All right, bye now.